guys, my name is Justin, and I'm here to give you guys some 2K gameplay while I give my NBA predictions today. While everything goes well today, there are currently some games going on right now, as I'm streaming right now. I was going to give my predictions yesterday, but I was going to give my predictions probably tomorrow. Yes, I was going to, but I was like, yeah, why not today? So here we go, guys. Let's get started. Alrighty, guys. While we're at it, comments down below on what you think of my predictions and what you think is gonna go happen, and just go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button, and go ahead and subscribe and spread the word to your friends if you can. If not, oh well. As we go live, here we go. And alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and actually, let me go ahead and turn this down just a little bit. You know, it's a little bit too loud. I like to have my crowd up loud. I like to feel the crowd. PA will be down, commentary will be down as well. Player chatter, no one wants to get smacked up, so yeah. Oh my god, why do I keep doing that? I should turn down just a little bit more. Big game, yeah. I'm turning all 40, yeah. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start the playoffs in general. I mean, there are lots of good surprisers within the playoffs this year, you know. And so, but not everyone just wants to, everyone loves the, everyone's going for, Golden State. Everyone, this year's playoffs, it just came out of nowhere, everyone's just, it's just out of nowhere, so some teams made it, some teams didn't. But we're gonna go ahead and start with that first game yesterday. There was a first game with there was Golden State and San Antonio. I thought that was gonna be a pretty good series, and so I'm hoping that that series is really interesting because all the facts and all the assets and everything from that game, Kawhi Leonard being out and whatnot, just that series will be great, but that series will be a hard fought. I think Golden State's gonna win that series in 5. To go for my predictions, Golden State will win that series in 5, just because Golden State. Everyone's talking about that San Antonio still has an advantage and whatnot. But San Antonio is a really good team at home now. They used to be a really good team at away, but now they're good at home. So, but yeah. So we're going with Golden State, but it could be an upset game. So you never know. So. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm going Golden State in that series. Golden State. So, yeah. After that series, I'm probably going to have to go with, and the next game after that series was Washington and Toronto. That series, well, I'm probably confusing y'all guys. So what I'm gonna do here is that, well, I'm going to. Oh my god, I'm not this move, guys. I usually concentrate, but you know what? Here, let me go ahead and put these two against each other while I talk. Yeah. I couldn't do it. I gotta multitask. I don't like that camera either. Alright, fuck it. But well, anyways, we'll go ahead and start. We start over again, guys. Okay, sorry. This is taking forever, but you know this is how it goes. Anyways, well, my first game series will be the first game in my series will be Houston and Minnesota. Houston, Minnesota. That prediction is the first series. Houston and Minnesota. That series will be interesting. It will be really, really interesting. You know, just for the fact of all the other drama and bullshit in that series. Minnesota barely making it. You know, a lot of people were pitting them against. What the hell? Oh shit. Well, they're pitting them against. They're pitting them against. One second. That commentary is bothering me. I'll have the other bullshit going off with the commentary now. Put that down. The PA volume down to. Yeah. Well, anyways, let's go forth. I have Houston winning. I have Houston winning that series, just because Minnesota fought hard, well to get within that series, but Houston will sweep them. But like I say, the third game, that game of the series will be the turning point of the series, because Houston win the first two, depending on how well Jimmy Butler defends. Depending on how well Jimmy Butler defends James Harden, you know, and all that other bullshit. But from my perspective, I got Houston winning that series, sort of like a couple years back or something, like 3 years back or so, when Golden State played Minnesota. I think they played New Orleans, and Golden State played New Orleans. That series was really good. That was a real series. But that series turned a turning point in Game 3 when Golden State came back and won. So I think it's gonna be something like that with Houston, to where they'll come back. I think they'll be beating them in the first two games. Third game it'll be a close game, just because, you know, Minnesota has at home, and then that fourth game they'll lose all the momentum after that third game, after a close-out game, and Houston will win. Because no one's ever came back from a 3-0 deficit. So Houston will either win that game or the next game at home in Game 5. So Houston beating Minnesota in the first game series. Now next up, we got Golden State. I'm starting with the West first. Yeah, we got Golden State, San Antonio. I already gave my predictions earlier within the live stream. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead for the sake of it, you know, and excuse me. Oh my God, where's my manners? I'm gonna go ahead, you know, after the series, you know, and whatnot. Fuck, man. On that series, Golden State and San Antonio, Golden State's beating the shit out of my team. Oh hell, they got my brother Alonzo guarding me. Look at this nigga. Ooh, damn. Sorry, I just want to look at that real quick. Ooh, okay. Yeah, he has some fours on. I have my own custom shoe on. But anyways, as I was saying, I got Golden State. No, I got Golden State beating San Antonio, which is I predicted earlier. And I told them that they're going to dominate them in 5 games, that or 4. They might sweep them, depending on if Kawhi Leonard comes back. If Kawhi Leonard comes back, San Antonio upsets Golden State. But Kawhi Leonard's not going to come back probably till next year. So Golden State either sweeps them or wins in 5 or 6, depending on how hard San Antonio fights within the next 2 games. Honestly, in my opinion, I think San Antonio is going to beat Golden State. I think San Antonio is going to beat Golden State in the first 2. I think San Antonio is going to beat Golden State in Game 3 and 4. But that's my predictions. I think San Antonio and Golden State will beat them in Game 3 and 4. That or they'll lose. They'll win 1 game at home for sure. I know they will, because it's San Antonio. But Golden State will be too much for them within the first 3 or the first first 3 or 4. So yeah, but so I got Golden State winning. Golden State winning in 4 or 5. And then my next series, I want to go up with. Let's see what the next series is. The next series goes with Portland and New Orleans. Portland and New Orleans. That'd be a good series. It was a good game last night, actually. Really good game. But New Orleans was dominating the whole game though. And I think that game I think New Orleans could win that series depending on Rajon Rondo's health. Last year, Boston was losing to Chicago in the first 2 games, but Boston came back due to the fact that Rajon Rondo and Dwayne Wade got hurt. So I think this year, if Rajon Rondo can stay healthy and finish the series, he'll go on and he'll win. He'll win in about I want to say they'll win. That game, I think that series will go to either 6 or 5, just because Portland, Damian Lillard is so good. Rajon Rondo guards him really well. He guarded him really well last night, but still, they beat him barely. But I think in the end, I think Portland's got at least win 2 games at home, but New Orleans will win every game at home. New Orleans will advance in the first round in a 6-game series. They'll advance in 6. So yes, New Orleans will advance, and New Orleans Pelicans versus Portland. Now let's go on to my other prediction about the next series which is, I want to say, the next series is Oklahoma and Utah. Alrighty, Oklahoma and Utah. That series will be really interesting. I think that's the only series in the West that will reach Game 7, just because all the other teams are so dominant in the West. So I got. Let's see. I want to say that's a good series, but I have Oklahoma advancing. Ooh, damn! He dunked on his ass. Damn. Oh shit. I got Oklahoma advancing in 7, just because of the fact that Utah has a lot to contend with. But you never know though, because Utah last year they played Los Angeles in the first round last year, and played them to a 7-game series as well, and barely beat them as well. So I don't know. I got Oklahoma winning in 7, just for the fact that Utah is a really good team at home. But I think Utah will still win in Oklahoma. But I think Oklahoma will still win in Utah the same as well. So I got Oklahoma winning in 7, just for the sheer fact that no one can guard Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a dominating force, and I also got Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony will show up for I want to say he'll show up 3 games out of the whole series, and he'll show up when they need them. And Paul George will show up the whole series, just like Russell Westbrook will. Russell Westbrook selfish ways, you know how he plays. But I got Oklahoma. Donovan Mitchell will be great. So will Rudy Gobert. But the fact that Steven Adams will show up as well. Steven Adams hasn't showed up very well this season. So, but I got Steven Adams. Steven Adams will show up, and everything else will work out great for Oklahoma. Go in Game 7. A very nail-biting Game 7 game, actually. But Oklahoma will pull away in 7. And now let's go to the East. We'll start with the East now. Now, some games have been shown. Some games have been, showing out some glares and whatnot. But, well, we're going to start with the game. There's one game that's going live right now, actually, while I'm recording this. And it's a pretty good-ass game, I'm not going to lie. But, it's Milwaukee and Boston. That's all. No. I'm going to start with the first game series. Washington and Toronto. Now, Washington is a really good team, What's up, MJ? Washington is a really good team, but Washington can't fluctuate with just how well the series is. Well, Washington's a really good team, but actually, you know what? I had Washington. I'm not gonna lie. I had Washington pulling away in that series, just for the fact that. Ooh, sorry, I was distracted by the super shot. I have Washington pulling away in that series, just for the fact that let's see. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Damn, I never do that before. But I have Washington pulling away in that series. It's a big close series. It's gonna be a close series, just for the fact that last night it was a close game. Washington couldn't make their shots though in the end. They got a cold streak last game. They got a cold streak at the end of the game, so they couldn't make nothing. So I got Washington winning that series. Washington winning that series in a 7-game series, just because it's the fact that Toronto, or you know what, Toronto might lose the next 3, might be down 3-1. Actually, I got Washington in 6, just for the fact that Toronto is a good team, but they tend to not show up in the playoffs, and this is their first challenge, you know, before they play, you know, whoever they play next. But I got Washington winning just for the sheer fact that John Wall will come to play. He came to play yesterday, but just a lot of calls that were missed in that game, and for the fact that they were missing shots toward the end. You had to make your shots. I know you have to make your shots and everything, but just because, you know, last night it was the same way for Miami, but that game series will change, and Washington will pull away at the end. I got Washington winning in 6. Now let's go with the next series. Oh, the next series goes Boston and Milwaukee. That game is currently right now at halftime right now, currently while we're streaming. And I gotta say, I got Milwaukee and Boston winning. Milwaukee and Boston are playing good games. Halftime right now, 47-44. But I got Milwaukee winning that series, just for the sheer fact that no one can guard Antetokounmpo and Jabbar. And the reason why I say that is because, just for the fact that Milwaukee's a great team. You know, Boston doesn't have Kyrie Irving or Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward's been out for the whole year, but Boston has done well without him. But also at the same time, though, you got to give credit to some people for the fact that Jaylen Brown broke out this year. He did really well this year, actually. Played really well. That's what makes off of Boston, is that if Jaylen Brown can play well. Oh, damn. But yeah. And Jaylen Brown has done really well this season. He has to keep continuing playing well if they want to win that series. Jason Tatum will come ball out like he did all season, but Antetokounmpo will be too much for them, just for the sheer fact that they have more stars than the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics have a lot of stars, but a lot of stars are hurt. Marcus Smart, Kyrie Irving, Hayward, and Hayward's hurt the whole season. That really doesn't make a difference anyways. But Kyrie Irving made a huge difference this season. But now that he's hurt, their odds actually went down just because he got hurt. But I got Milwaukee winning. I'm Milwaukee winning in about, I got Milwaukee winning in 5. Boston will pull away in 1 game at home. 1 game. I say not this game, but next game they'll pull away at home, or this game, depending. They'll pull away with 1 win at home. But Milwaukee will sweep them at home, and we'll sweep them for the next 3 or the next 4. But yeah, I got Milwaukee in 5. That this is my what I believe, because I'm stopping Antetokounmpo. He's destined to make noise this season in playoffs. He's made all season long, and you know, and last year he did too. He just didn't have enough star power, but this year he will make noise this season. Now I'm gonna go with the next game. Our next game on the list is Miami and Philadelphia. Damn, I'm a huge Miami Heat fan. I'm not gonna lie. Miami, I'm a huge Heat fan. I'm streaming Miami right now, playing Golden State, which is kind of crazy. But Miami, I have Miami and Philadelphia. It's a really good game. You know, last night I was kind of pissed off a little bit. Game was kind of pissing me off. You know, I can't show no bias though to my favorite team. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with I don't know. It was a good game last night, but just for the sheer fact that they they're on a hot streak right now without Joel Embiid, and that's kind of bad because when he comes back, it's gonna throw all the chemistry off. But also for the fact that last night they were making everything. Like, I'm talking about like these, like you had JJ Redick. Oh, you're making a fadeaway three out of the corner, like Kobe. Like this nigga ain't Kobe. This nigga, where was this nigga when he played with Los Angeles? That's what I was like all last night. Like, where the fuck was this nigga when he was playing Los Angeles? Like, that's how good they were last night. They were making everything. They had Marco Bellinelli making everything, JJ Redick making everything, Ilyasova making everything. Everyone was making everything. Ben Simmons had a triple double. Of course, Ben Simmons is gonna ball. No one don't think he can guard him. Now James Johnson can guard him a little bit, but I mean James Johnson can barely guard LeBron. So I mean, James Johnson's not gonna be able to guard. Not gonna be able to guard him. He's not gonna be able to guard him. He's not gonna be able to guard him. Ben Simmons. And Joel Embiid, I say that series will turn though. The series will turn next game, which is on Tuesday. I will be watching. Shout out to TG, by the way. Yeah, but Tuesday will be the next game, and I think Miami will win that series just for the fact that Miami will win the series just for the fact that Joel Embiid will come back, and that will fluctuate the lineup because he will steal most of the minutes from Ilyasova and Amir Johnson and all the big men that made a difference yesterday. And so oh shit, she did trash. I don't know why she did the trash. I was gonna throw it for her. Shit, oh. But yeah, I got Miami winning that game. I got Miami winning that series just for the fact that Joel Embiid will show up. Joel Embiid will come. But that will disrupt the lineup and disrupt the chemistry. Miami will shock the world when the next game 2, and with the fact that Miami is a good team, but I mean, come on, they're playing against a really good ass team in Philadelphia, who's running a hot run right now. Miami will win games at home. I say Miami wins either in a 7 or 6 game series, depending on how well played they play tomorrow. If they play really well and they dominate, they'll win in 6. But if they barely win that game, then they'll win in 7. So yeah, I got Miami winning the first round. And the next game we're gonna go with is Cleveland and Indiana. Now, Cleveland are favorites to win. We got NBA Finals again this year. So, 1 second. I would have thrown it, MJ. My bad. I'm live streaming right now. That's why. Yeah, I'll have Cleveland. I'm having Cleveland and Indiana. Now, Indiana's a really good team, but LeBron, I mean, Victor Oladipo is sort of like a Paul George, just a little bit, just smaller, really, and more gutsier. He'd rather take the game when he saw it than Paul George doesn't. But I got Cleveland winning that game. Cleveland struggled with them all year, all season long, anyways. Really did, and that's the team they wanted to avoid. That in Miami, they wanted to avoid that first round. But I got Cleveland winning in 4 games. I had Cleveland with a clean sweep. Just for the sure fact that LeBron, every time he plays someone in the first round, he sweeps them. Regardless. It's like last year, basketball gods, I mean, like last year, they were getting their ass whooped by Indiana last year in the first round. And then they came back and broke the record for largest comeback ever in NBA history. You know, some shit like that. So I got Cleveland winning that series in a sweep. Just for the sheer fact that LeBron is always too much for anybody. Always too much for anybody in that first round. Since, I don't know what, 2012? He's swept everybody since 2012, so in that first round. But I got LeBron winning. Sweeping. Yes, I said sweep. Sweeping. I got him sweeping Indiana Victor Oladipo will come to play. So will Miles Turner. Miles Turner will be okay. Miles Turner will dominate just for the fact Cleveland doesn't have a big man, and so, but LeBron James will come play like he always does in the first rounds, and at the end of the day, this is how he is, and it will be Cleveland in a sweep, in a clean sweep. Now, let's go ahead and go with the second round. My second round prediction. Now, I said Oklahoma winning and Houston, so I'm gonna start with that game. I got Oklahoma and Houston will be that'll be a great series. Actually, I think that one will be. I would say that's gonna be the best game series out of the second round. Houston and Oklahoma. Oklahoma played Houston. I think about what let's say 2 weeks ago. Yeah, they played 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Yeah, they played a week ago, not 2 weeks ago, a week ago, and Houston was really good, but Houston, man. I mean, Houston's a good ass team. I kind of thought they were gonna go long, but I believe in destinies though. So I believe when someone has a destiny, they're destined, like God's will almost, from my opinion. But I got Houston playing Oklahoma. That game will go to a 7-game series. Because Oklahoma has Houston's number. They have Houston. They like that series will be really good. It's gonna be a good series, but I have Oklahoma winning either in. Oklahoma winning in a 7-game series, just for because that series will be interesting. But at the end of the day, though, we got all these good teams, playing against each other nowadays. Dominating and whatnot. He usually dominated the whole season, but towards the end, they're kind of showing flashes of mortalism, being mortals, basically, in my opinion. So, I got Houston winning Houston losing in a 7-game series to Oklahoma. Russ will come out, play, and actually, he's gonna guard James Harden the whole series, or probably at the end of the runs. He might guard the whole series, depending, on how well, but because that series will be good. Well, Paul George will come out and ball. He'll come out and ball. He'll probably guard Chris Paul late game series just because of the sheer fact that he's a better defender. That or Corey Brewer will guard Chris Paul, and he'll guard their shooting guard. I mean, I don't know, small forward. But ooh, get that shit out of here. No. But I got Oklahoma winning in 7. That game series would be great. Oklahoma will win. They'll win 1 game in Houston. That's why they'll win 1 game in Houston, which will be really good. Actually, they might win in 6. I actually got them in 6 because they'll win a game in Houston, and they'll prevail, and there'll be a shocker. Everyone will be a shocker, and so yeah, I got them winning in 6. I said 7, but I changed it to 6 just for the fact that I was thinking that Oklahoma could prevail in Houston just for the sheer fact that they played them a week ago in Houston and dominated the whole game. So, yeah. But, well, and then after that I got the next game series, which is New Orleans and Golden State. New Orleans and Golden State will be a game. Would be all right series. New Orleans will get a win. They'll get the revenge from a couple years ago when Curry hit that game winner in New Orleans. But New Orleans will win 1 game, and they'll win. They'll win a game 3 or game 4, one of the two. But Golden State in 5. That's when they'll get Curry back. Curry will be off just a little bit, or actually, you never know. Actually, you know what? Thinking about it, Rajon Rondo will be there. You know what? I got New Orleans. I got Golden State in 6. Just the fact that Curry will come. He'll probably be there game 1 of that series. And for the fact that he'll be off rhythm. That first game, they'll lose that first game, I think, to New Orleans. It'll be a shocker to the world. Everyone will be start saying Golden State's going to lose, But Golden State will prevail in that series out of 6 games. They'll win 6 games. Or it could be they'll win 6 games. They'll lose that first game to New Orleans. Just for the fact that Curry's off and the rhythm's off, the chemistry's off. They'll lose that first game. Rondo will come out and take advantage of that. But Golden State will win the next within the next 2. We'll win the next 2. New Orleans will win Game 4, and then Golden State will win the rest. And so, yeah, I got Golden State in 6. Now, let's go with the next game, and we'll start with the East now. We're gonna go with Washington and Cleveland. Washington and Cleveland. Cleveland is a good team, and Washington is really well. Cleveland has had struggle with. They came back the other day against Washington, which is a shocker, But playoff mode. LeBron is different compared to playoff mode Washington. And the Cavs are really good. So is the Wizards, but I think that game they'll go to 6-game series. He will. Just for the fact that the other night they dominated. They were dominating Cleveland at home. And they pulled away at the end, came back and won it. Due to the fact that LeBron played really well towards the stretch and figured out, I got to drive the ball more. Stop taking outside shots. He took one outside shot, we're like, oh, what the hell you doing, LeBron? But he came back and came back in the end. But I got Cleveland winning that series in 6. This is the fact that Washington will win a couple games. Washington will win probably all their games at home. And so that game will go to Game 6 series. They will win all their games at home except for that 6th game they play in Washington. Or in Washington. No, it'll be in Cleveland actually. Never mind what I'm saying. It'll be in Washington. They'll lose that last game in Washington. Cleveland will win in 6 games, and LeBron will be going on to his conference. I want to say his 12th conference straight game. I don't know, but yeah. And then the next series is Miami and Milwaukee. Now, Miami has dominated Milwaukee all season long. And so, but I think the title will be turned. I think it's Giannis Antetokounmpo's year to show up, and prove to the world that who he is and whatnot. So I got Miami. I got Miami losing that series just for the fact that no one at the same time. This is the same thing with Ben Simmons. But that game will be interesting as well. But Miami will lose in 6. Just for the fact that that no one can guard Antetokounmpo. At the end of the day, Antetokounmpo is unguardable, and that he will show up in that series. Or Miami could win. Miami could win that series. Who knows? Actually, you know what? Miami dominated the whole season stretch. This is some white side. You know what? I got Miami winning in 6, actually. Milwaukee will win 1 game. They'll win 1 game in Miami, and then they'll win 1 game at home. But Miami will prevail that series. Just for the fact that Hassan Whiteside will dominate that series. I know he will. If he dominates this series with Philadelphia, if he can get that series with Philadelphia, if he can get that series with Philadelphia, he will dominate. In so will Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's been showing up lately. Dwayne Wade, Miami will find their chemistry. Miami will win in 6. Now let's go ahead, go to the Western Conference Finals. Now it's Golden State and Oklahoma. Now this is what I was talking about, destinies. Why I believe in destiny sometimes. I shouldn't believe in destinies. It's not. Manifest destiny. Almost the Lord wants people, whatever. But I believe that Russell Westbrook was destined to play Golden State this year. That's why I said, Russell Westbrook will play Kevin Durant in that series will go to 7 games. That series will go to 7 games. And, you know, that series will be a really good, that would be the best series out of, that'll probably be the best series out of the whole NBA playoffs. Just for the fact that, you haven't seen these teams play all season long against each other, you know. And, you know, that series would be really interesting. You know, and I got Miami winning that. What was I saying? Fuck. yeah, I was panicking there for a second. I don't know why, because all the excitement. But I got Golden State winning this series in 7. Russ will get some revenge in that series. It'll be a tough fought series, but you know. Maybe if they're playing in the second round, I'd say Oklahoma, just for the fact that Oklahoma's been warmed up already. But Golden State will be warmed up, and their chemistry will be on point. That series will be a 7-game series. Oklahoma will dominate. They'll dominate 3 games. They'll dominate really 3 games. There'll be only one nail biter. They'll come close, and I say they'll dominate 2 games. They'll dominate once in Golden State, and they'll dominate twice at home. They'll come to a close game and at home, one of the home games. I say Game 6 will be a close game, and then they'll prevail that game. And Golden State will win that series. Just for the fact that that Golden State has more firepower still. And this will be the only series that Golden State actually is human almost. And that'll be a lot of flaws coming up into the NBA Finals as well. For the fact that Draymond Green will be exposed during that series by Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony will come to play that series. He will come to play. He this is like, you know, conference finals a couple years, I think, or like, you know, for the finals he was in against Miami a couple years back. I don't know, not a couple years back. I want to say about when they had that good run with New York, when he first came to New York and whatnot, you know. That he will make up for that, and he will take them to a 7-game series against Golden State. But Golden State will win in dominating fashion in the 7th game, just for the fact that Carmelo Anthony has been showed up all series. He's showed up, you know, but he will go cold in that 7th game, in that 7th game, and that's the lose that 7th game. Paul George and Russ will show up, but at the end of the day, KD is better than Russ. So yeah. So I got Golden State winning that series in 7 games. Now let's go with the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, in the East, it's Cleveland versus Miami. Miami has made it this far. You know, I love Miami, and you guys probably thinking I'm biased to shit just because it's my favorite team. But you know, no, it's not that. It's just the fact that I believe Miami can beat Philadelphia. I believe they'll dominate Milwaukee. They swept them in this regular season. So you know, in Milwaukee. So I think Miami will go and play Cleveland. And LeBron, this series will also be a Game 7 series. Just for the fact that LeBron, he tends, like, when he plays Miami, he can't beat them at Miami. Miami will win every single game at home. They will win every single game at home, but then lose at the end, just because LeBron is dominant at home. And for the fact that LeBron has a better team this year. Now he has a better team. So Miami will win. Hassan Whiteside will have a major series. A career-defining series. Where he has showed up the whole series. That or be his second career-defining series. So Hassan Whiteside will show up the whole series. Will play really well. Dwayne Wade will have another run how he usually does. But I got Miami losing in 7, and Cleveland winning in 7. Just for King James, this is a year for him to make a statement. He lost the MVP. He will lose the MVP this year, just because James Harden had one hell of a run. But Cleveland will win in 7 games. So they're going to stay. Now let's go to the NBA Finals. NBA Finals. that game will be really interesting. You know, that series will be interesting because it's a fourth game. And it'll be a really great series. I got Miami winning. No, man. What am I saying? Sorry, guys. Sorry. I wish I had editors I could edit that shit out, but yeah, I got Miami. No, fuck my. I keep saying Miami. Although I'm watching Miami, I keep fucking seeing them. And they're losing their ass right now. Fucking getting dominated and shit. I haven't a lot of stuff to see that shit, but anyways, that's what I was saying. I got Cleveland. You know what? I got the whole game. Those game series will be really great. Again, we'll live up to the hype. The Cavs were old. That's the reason why they were losing. That's why they were losing to Golden State the whole season long. So the Cavs got younger, and there's Kevin Love will show up this time. And all the NBA Finals, he didn't show up at all. He hadn't showed up the whole NBA Finals. It's just Draymond Green was guarding him, But now Draymond Green won't guard him. Draymond Green will have to guard Larry Nance or have to guard someone else. LeBron. The hard thing too is guarding Curry. Guarding them, running out. I think Cleveland will come out this series. I feel like someone's gonna get hurt this series. Just for the fact that I believe in that. You play the whole season. The way you play the whole season is the way you're gonna play in the playoffs. I feel like at the end of the day, Cleveland has played horrible the whole season. 4th seed actually, but LeBron will get his revenge. And LeBron will win that series. He'll beat KD, be unguardable. Everyone else keeps talking about how that KD's too much for them, but I have LeBron winning in 6. Just for the fact that last year it was in 5, this year it will be in 6. LeBron will win a game in Golden State. He'll figure out chemistry and he will win a game in Golden State. Once he wins that game in Golden State, he'll win the rest in Cleveland, because Cleveland is dominant at home in the NBA playoffs, so in the NBA Finals. So Cleveland will win, and they will win the NBA championship. And LeBron will get his 4th ring. And he'll put him ahead, and this put him ahead closer in the GOAT conversation, just for the fact that he only had one key star, which is Kevin Love, on his team in that series. So LeBron will win, be the 4th ring, and that's what I believe this year. And so, but yeah, what everyone predicted was Golden State and Cleveland in the NBA Finals came true actually in my predictions. And so, but I'll keep an update, and everything for right now. This series is really well. Golden State and Milwaukee are playing, and a lot of good series will come out. I'm gonna watch Cleveland and Indiana later on. I got Cleveland winning that series by a lot, but LeBron will show up. Zero Dark 30, LeBron. And I can't wait for all good things to come. I can't wait for the NBA players. The NBA players are exciting. I was kind of pissed off yesterday because Miami lost yesterday. But I have a reason why Miami lost. Miami lost for the fact that they were off. Everyone was making every shot. Like, I'm talking about like fucking JJ Redick was being a monster. But at the same time, I was talking shit. I was like, where the fuck was this when you were in Los Angeles, I mean, I was joking and whatnot, but... And, Ilyasova, I hate dudes who fucking... But I can't wait. And so, sorry for being biased just a little bit, if you guys think I was. But, at the end of the day, I think Miami can beat Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is a good team. That's the team. I think if LeBron plays the NBA, that's the team that's going to beat LeBron. If anybody's going to beat LeBron, that could be the team that can beat LeBron. But I feel like they're too young a little bit. That once they get that big stage like that, I mean, they played well yesterday. But I'm talking about the big stage of NBA conference where everything's on the line. I feel like that LeBron will show him up. He'll be like, I'm the king. This is my time still. You won't show up. And so, yeah. But I got Miami. Going to that conference finals. I don't know, but thank y'all guys. Thank you guys for tuning. Whoever's watched my videos. Thank y'all guys. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you thought the video was good. Still hit that like button. If you know you have a big penis, you have to hit that like button if you have a big penis. Sorry, no homo, by the way. But you have to hit that like button if you have a big penis. If you have a little meat, go ahead and unsubscribe and go ahead and hit that dislike button. Go ahead and hit that like button still. Just for the fact that I support little niggas with little dicks because they have dicks. Everyone says it's all about the motion in the ocean. So, but yeah. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you, guys, and I will tune in tomorrow. And so,